Hello and welcome to Jimbo's Informative Deadpool Edition. What's going on, everybody? What we got here? We got Tuesday, January 12th. Holidays are over. The country's in complete disarray.
Wow. Hi there. My name's Wade, but you can call me Ronaldo.
Have we all met Deadpool? This is Deadpool. He's a pretty cool guy. We hang out occasionally. He's a nice dude. Say hello.
Greetings from your astonishing, uncanny pool guy.
Yes. So what's going on? Let's see here. The Capitol got sacked. Man, I just don't even know where to start with the hypocrisy and the double standards. You know, I mean, I just don't fucking know, man. Wow, we are we're in a strange place right now. I mean, a strange place.
Censored again.
Yeah.
PG-13.
Yeah, it's everywhere, dude. It's everywhere. They're constantly censoring everybody. The only stuff that doesn't get censored is the stuff that meets a certain party's agenda. You know what I'm saying?
Chimichanga!
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You smell like Beast Lab after taco night.
What are you talking about, dude? Come on. What are you talking about?
I've known Colossus since he was a wee anvil.
That's not that funny, dude. That's not that funny.
Breaking news, man-sized homunculus plays with superhero toys.
So this is one of my Christmas gifts from Kayla. She got it for me. It's the life-size talking Deadpool head. And it's shockingly like, I mean, it's like you would think you chopped it right off the guy's body, dude. The thing is crazy cool. It's really interesting.
Chimichanga!
You said that already, dude. Well, what's going on with you?
You smell like an expired carton of eggnog had a secondary mutation.
That's not me. I don't smell. I take very good care to not smell ever.
I like my X-Men with big guns and full pouches.
Anyway, so you download the Deadpool Talking Head app and you can control it from your phone. It's a lot of fun. What else we got here? Let's see here. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-doo, boo, boo, boo. No. Back. There we go. More.
Hey, did you find the secret button yet? Ooh.
I found the secret button. Should I push the button? So, let's get back to some stuff at hand here. Let's see here.
Step right up. Take control of the Merc with a Mal's mouth.
As everybody, maybe you're not, I don't know. I gave up all carbonated beverages, and specifically my diet soda, my coveted diet soda. I have not had one since January 6th of last year, and I've been waiting, and I've been a few days late here because I could have had it last week on Wednesday, but I waited for all of my friends, followers, fans, and listeners, not all to be confused with each other, and I decided that after over a year to have that first one with you guys. Here we go.
Cheese!
Wonderful.
You're so ugly, you caused a mutant massacre. Serious tragedy. Hey, can I get a double patty? Wolverine style.
So, I don't really have a lot of information or material. The guitar is going great. The new guitar, I believe I showed that to everyone at the last one. It's amazing. I've not picked out the what I'm going to learn on it for the first song. Finishing up, give a little bit. It's 97% awesome, and there's just like one fill. I still got this one little fill, like a little bridge transition. That it's goofy. I don't know. Whatever. I'll get it in a minute. So let's see here. I really just don't want to get into the political bullshit. Here's the thing. The country's divided, people. And, I hate this, how it's got to either be right wing or left wing. When you use that particular term, when you use the wing term, to me, it means like, if here's where like the normal Democrat is and where the normal Republican is, when you go left wing, right wing, it's like they're way out, here, and not here towards the center. It means, when you say left wing, right wing, I think that means like they're more of a radical Republican or Democrat. And I think that term is getting way overused. Nobody likes a sore loser, which, unfortunately for the Democrats, for 4 years, you've been a sore loser, pissing, moaning, whining, complaining, kicking and screaming for 4 fucking years straight, non-fucking goddamn stop. And, you may feel like you were justified in doing that. Excuse me. But, whatever.
He's actually just a giant talking Wolverine.
Really? Interesting. What's worse than a sore loser though is a fucking sore winner. I mean, Dems, you guys got the presidency, you got the House, and you got the Senate. So, here's the thing. You guys don't like Trump. I don't particularly care for the guy. I mean, I will say I voted for him his first term because, the whole drain the swamp, he's different. He's not a politician. I think the country is a whole is sick and fucking tired of the career politicians. Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. She's 80 fucking years old. She could fucking die any second. I mean, you know what I mean? I really don't think anyone should be in any sort of a seat anywhere near DC or whatever. I think 65, it's got to be capped. And for the president too. I think once you get into your 70s, maybe 70, I don't know. I think once you get the legal retirement age, like where you would qualify to be on Social Security if you wanted to take it, I think that's when government jobs should go to the next generations coming through because, you got, your current generation and your next generation, the values are never going to really line up, and the country, and I've said this before, we're a nation that's constantly evolving and growing and changing. You know what I mean? We're still in our infancy. We're only, 300 fucking years old? Was it 1776? Yeah, I mean, we're not even 300 years old yet. You know what I mean? I mean, you want to go back to the 1600s? Okay, we're 400 years old. But, we didn't secede from fucking England until, the Declaration of Independence, right? We were still English then. It was England that brought all the slaves over to our country. You know what I'm saying? We didn't go out and start all that shit, and that's another thing. Before I'll go back to that, but back to being a sore fucking winner. There's nothing worse than a sore fucking winner. And the best way, if you fucking Democrats want Donald Trump to go away, just stop fucking talking about him. The guy's an egotistical fucking maniac. He loves nothing more than to listen to himself talk and just stirring shit up. If you just stop giving him any attention, just ostracize him, shun him, don't even speak his name. That's how you get rid of him and make him go away and be done, if that's what you want. But the way to keep him around and keep him in the limelight and this and that is just keep fucking dumping gas and nitroglycerin on that fucking fire, right? I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous.
Shapeshifters? You're all a bunch of shapeshifters?
Yeah, I mean, right. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
K-pop is not for sissies.
So the hypocrisy and the double standards. You know, rioting and looting or civil unrest, whatever you want to fucking call it, it's fucking bullshit. You know what? It is. And, you know, not everybody who is a Republican is a fucking asshole. Not everybody who is a Democrat is a fucking asshole. You know, there's extremes in both sects, and there's going to be other radicals that are commingled in there, you know, to try to push their agenda. It's just, I'm really glad that the Capitol wasn't destroyed or burnt to the ground, because there's a lot of really cool historical things and stuff of that nature in there. Amazing portraits, paintings, statues, all that stuff. I mean, I guess they took Pelosi's podium, but, you know, that whatever. You know, a lot of the people in there look like they were having fun, and some of the people weren't having fun because they got shot dead. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I personally, first of all, here's the main difference about what happened in D.C. and then what happened in Kenosha and what happened in Minneapolis and what happened in Portland and what happened in Seattle, is that particular facility has more audio video surveillance and cameras than, fuck, I mean, maybe the Pentagon's got more, I don't know, but it's
Put me in a Magneto Professor X hug sandwich. Hold the Cerebro.
So, you know, everybody who was there who was not doing what they were supposed to do and stuff like that, they're going to get caught. There's no problem finding exactly who they are and arresting them and charging them accordingly. But with that being said, you know, all summer long, you know, you've got a group of people that are like, you know, people shouldn't get arrested. They're, you know, the civil unrest should continue until, you know, whatever agenda is achieved for their party that they're being unrested about. You know, and I'm sorry, but, you know, when this Chop Chaz thing, where they took like 6 city blocks, or I don't know how many city blocks, and barricaded off for weeks, and people were getting killed in there, and the Democratic governor, and, you know, it's just, there's a lot of double standards going on, and then they're wanting to make it seem like just because it was D.C., and it is a big deal that it was D.C., it really is a big deal that happened, and I'm really pissed off that Trump didn't go there himself right the second he realized it was happening. And there's an amazing sound system in that place. I mean, you can hear people for miles over their PA and sounding system. He should have been on the front steps of that fucking building with a fucking microphone in his hand and a mic stand up his fucking ass, telling the people to fucking disperse, disband, and go home. This isn't the right fucking way. You know, he claims that he wanted them to just go there and protest and let them be heard. You know, but, you know, maybe he didn't directly say go break in and do this, but his kid was up there mouthing off. You know, that's what rich white guys, and I don't even know if white even needs to be in it. It's what rich guys a lot of the time like to do. They like to get other people to do their dirty work for them. That way their hands can look clean. You know what I mean? So, and, you know, and Giuliani, and that guy is getting fucking older than dirt. I mean, the last time I heard him talking on an interview, the guy's fucking old. I mean, I think it's time for him to, you know, hang his hat up and go enjoy all his millions of dollars in retirement and just shut the fuck up. But him saying trial by combat or something by combat, uncalled for. And quite frankly, I think that, in addition to the other comments, was one of the bigger comments that really lit the fuse to that fire over at the Capitol. But, you know, I've been listening on the radio, and there's a lot of people. I heard 3 interviews of people that said they were there, and one person said they were in the Capitol, and they said that the people at the doors opened the doors and let them in. It makes no fucking sense to me. It makes 0 sense to me why that would have happened. I just don't fucking get it.
That's an Ugg mug.
Yeah. Anyway, so.
And after the break, unicorns are real. And boy, are they stay hot.
I love this thing. So yeah, I don't know. It's just the whole thing is fucked. You got 9 days. You're gonna try to impeach Trump. I mean, Michael Pence, you know, he's kind of a dry guy. You know, he's kind of dry, but you know, I've not heard too many negative things about him. Like, you know, like you know how they like to talk about how, like, you know, Trump's a bigot and a racist and a rapist and all these things. I've never heard, you know, and Biden's a hair sniffing pedophile. You know, I've never heard any of that stuff. You know, Kamala Harris, you know, no one knew her until she started getting on her knees and sucking people's dicks. I mean, that's her skill. She sucks dicks. That's how she got into where she is now. If you don't believe me, you look it up yourself. She was a nobody nothing until she started sucking some governor, mayor, someone out in California somewhere, and that's how she got into it, sucking dicks. So, and you know, she's just like another version of Hillary Clinton to me. I don't believe a fucking word that comes out of that fucking piece of shit's mouth. She's a gold digging scumbag. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But, like, quite frankly, I can't believe Trump didn't have her for his running mate. And Biden didn't have Pence, quite frankly. But anyway, you know, Pence did what the Constitution told him to, you know, as far as at that electoral certification meeting. You know, he couldn't do what Trump wanted him to. And then for Trump to just try to throw him under the bus is just bullshit. And then, you know, and then the Democrats, you know, finally he's doing what he's supposed to do. You know, it's like, you know, go fuck yourself. You know, just because your agenda is not getting met doesn't mean you can just, it's just so annoying, you know, and I get that I mean, I voted for Obama his first term. I did not vote for his second term. I did not vote for Trump his second term. And the Republicans, I mean, you know, the social media platform for sounding off all over the place, like it is like today, right now, was not quite as evolved yet. It was just coming online, like during Obama's like second term. And, you know, the Republicans, quite frankly, when Obama did get elected, the first 2 years, I don't remember them being too hard on him. I think they gave him, I don't want to misspeak, but, you know, I gave him a chance because I voted for him. You know, I wanted to see what he was going to do. You know, and my biggest complaint about Obama is I don't think he did enough for raise pensions. And, you know, something, I never paid more for gasoline in my life, except for when Obama was in presidency. You know, I was married to my second wife. We had, between the two of us, we had 7 kids. I had one, she had one, we had one together, and then she had 4 other ones from her sister that passed away, she adopted. And I tell you what, we had a 15-passenger van, you know, like one of those church vans, and, you know, we took the kids on a trip, and, you know, you can't go with 9 people. Okay, average, you know, lower middle class family can't take a trip to Florida and stay in fancy hotels with that kind of a size of a family. So, you know, we went camping. We camped. We drove the Henderson, Kentucky, and we camped in the bird sanctuary, National Bird Sanctuary there. Then we went from there to Georgia. We stayed at my buddy's house for 2 days, and we went to the Six Flags there. And my grandpa, the year before, gave all the kids and everybody $100 each, and we used that money and we bought Six Flags season passes. And so we hit all the Six Flags too, you know, run around the country. And we drove down to Pensacola, and we did the whole Gulf Coast of Florida all the way out to the tip of Key West. And, you know, when you're in a van that gets like 12 miles, 13 miles, 14 tops to the gallon, and gas is $4.50 a gallon, it's just insane. You know, I just don't know how I just don't understand how they could justify.
New study shows twerking helps lower cholesterol.
Well, that is good to know. I will start twerking immediately. Anyway, you know, but during Obama's second term, the Republicans, they really gave him a hard occasion about every little thing he did. They were nitpicking him, and I think that probably helped set the tone for the Democrats to nitpick every little thing about Trump. I mean, it's odd to me how much people loved Trump when he had his show. You know, everyone, you're fired. You know, I've said this before. You know, and now all of a sudden he's the biggest racist, and he ensues all this stuff, and he's this, and he's that, and he's that. And, you know, again, and I think I might have said this on the last one. Trump's the kind of guy where, you know, if he does something really outlandish, it doesn't shock you. It doesn't surprise you because, you know, it just, I don't know, it's just the kind of personality or whatever he's got. So people just make shit up about him, and because he is the way he is, it's plausible, you know? Oh, yeah, he just shot a school bus full of kids with a bazooka, blew them up. There was a nun driving it. Oh, you should have seen it. There was smoke, fire, flames, kids screaming, trapped. I mean, that's just like the kind of fucking, you know, people would just wholeheartedly believe it without even seeing it. Yeah, I believe that, because that's, you know, the kind of douchebag Trump is, you know? Who knew? You know, I mean, everyone knew his ego, you know, the ego. Guys with money in their egos, you know, it's like, well, you know, you can't know more than me, because if you knew more than me, then you'd have more money than me, because, you know, the smartest people have the most money. So, you know, why would I listen to you when you don't have more money than me? How could I respect you? I mean, you only got like $140 million. I got $12 billion. I mean, why the fuck would I? Here's a quarter. Go call somebody, right?
This just in. I've decided not to remove my tramp stamp.
Oh my God, I love this fucking thing. Anyway, I don't know. I know my advice to the country is just let Trump go away. Just stop talking about him. Stop adding fuel to the fire. And he'll just be gone. Next week, he'll be gone. Forget about it. Don't fucking waste your time.
What was that? I was busy thinking about ponies.
Sorry.
They're just the cutest.
Don't waste your time. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think wasting all of our taxpayers' dollars and money and bullshit trying to impeach him again 9 days before the end to prove a point that he's an asshole. You know, trying to invoke the 25th and all that. I'd say you just, you know, it's 9 days, right? So then what are they going to do? Impeach him or do the 25th, and then what? Pence is going to be 46, and then Biden's going to be 47. Is that how that would work? Biden would be the 46th president for like 8 days, and I don't think Biden wants to do that. I'm sorry, I mean Pence. I don't think Pence wants to do that. I think Pence, really, I think he put a lot of work in to researching and making sure that, you know, his choice to not try to decertify or not certify the electoral vote based on what the Constitution says he's supposed to do. I think he did the right thing. And Trump will disagree with him, but that's because, you know, Trump didn't get his way, you know? It's that simple, you know? And, you know, when people don't get their way, if they just stop acting like fucking babies and accepted it, you know, the country would be a lot better place.
This just in. Mercenary Wade Wilson is still being held captive by a deranged kidnapper. Bill at 11.
So, I mean, I really don't have much else. Volleyball news. You know, the Life Zone, where Volley Zone is, it's really coming along. We're doing a lot of open gyms, tons of open gyms. I mean, last night we had 115 people in there playing volleyball on 10 courts. It was pretty fucking legit. Pretty fucking legit. And it's growing, but, you know, the problem we're having is there's a lot of tension between the one guy that actually works there and a couple people that help out. You know, the guys that work there, are, rich guys, guys with money, and they think that, 50-cent can of diet soda should be $7.50 in a machine. They think that, a volleyball league for 8 weeks should be $500. And, and we give them good advice, and we tell them the way things should be run, and we tell them what we want to do, and they don't fucking listen to us. So we tried having a league. It was started off as 12 weeks at $4.99, and nobody fucking signed up. And then, you know what they did? They reduced it to 8 weeks for the same price, and nobody signed. I think 4 teams signed up. Now, mind you, in the interim of advertising the league for this facility, we had not one, but 2 tournaments. The first tournament, we had to add an 11th court off to the side in a strange space with a weird sprinkler pipe overhead that sucked. We had 11 courts and 55 teams. And then we had another smaller tournament where we had like 38 or 42 teams. So the people want to play. They want to come there. But they don't want to be gouged. And these people just think that their place is such a premium, and it's not the premium that they think it is. They're delusional. The ceiling's too low, but you can get around it. And their lights are totally horrible. They have LED lighting in the ceiling, and it's terrible. It's double terrible. But they never listen to us. So who knows what's going to happen with that place? Who knows if the owners are going to get their heads out of their ass and listen and let the inmates run it, or if they're just gonna push everyone out and then it's just gonna end. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I just want to keep playing volleyball, and quite frankly, it's January. I got my MRI tomorrow, my semi-annual MRI tomorrow, so that's all good. Come Monday, I'm starting the new program. I'm getting in shape for sand season, and that's that. But it's 3 o'clock, and I got to go to the posting office. I got to drop packages off. So I don't have a lot of material. I mean, I had some, but I used to keep a notepad in my car, and then when shit would piss me off or make me laugh, I would write it down, and then and I got to get back to that, and I will get back to that. But for right now,
once upon a time, in the magical land of Regina, Saskatchewan, lived a spandex-clad prince with butt cheeks so tight they could bend a quarter. Oh, I forgot. I gotta take Squirrel Pool out of the
blender. This thing's fucking awesome, man. He's so cool. Anyway, I'll have something soon again, but for right now, I gotta go. And everyone, keep playing volleyball. Keep playing volleyball all the time, people. Looking forward to side outs this summer. Lifezone said they were going to have 8 sand courts in a restaurant in the parking lot. I haven't even seen where they pulled the permit or even done any plans. They've got some structural drawings, like cartoon-like drawings, of a concept of what they wanted to do that they've had for 3-4 years. But they're not going to have it done. The one owner wants to just have dump trucks dump sand in the parking lot and use the parking lot lights for the lighting, which is not going to work. So I'm sure that that's going to fail fucking miserably. There's a massive grass space out back that Andrew started mowing, and I helped him on quite a few occasions, where you could probably fit, 1, 2, 3, 4, you could probably fit 15 to 20 grass nets, and then if not, there's the Park District football field right, literally 20 yards further down, where you could put dozens and dozens and dozens of nets up. We could have a substantially sized grass tournament. But the grass needs to be tilled, pressed, and seeded. And they're probably not going to want to spend the money on it, because right now, every other, 5 square feet, there's, like an ankle breaker pothole. So, you can't play in it like it is. If you drive around back out there, I got my Cobra net set up. It's been up for months now. It's kind of more proving a point than anything. Oh my God. Fucking Lifezone. They had 3 tournaments ago. We had half hardwood flooring. There's 2 soccer fields. One soccer field that had hardwood flooring on top of it, and the other one did not. They had a big basketball tournament, and they put all this hardwood flooring in there. When the hardwood flooring came off the turf, because soccer season was starting and lacrosse season is starting, they palletized it. And, it's like 2 foot by 7 foot pieces, and you stack them 2 wide and like 6 high, and then you band it, and then on a pallet, and then you stack them. And they put them in the service bay. Service bay has a massive overhead garage door. It's like 20 feet high. It's 12 foot wide, 20 feet high. And there's like construction contractors. They'll come in there and they'll open that door in the middle of winter and just leave it open for 20 minutes while they're outside smoking cigarettes. And they'll come in and shut it. And the only thing in this, we call it the bay, for any sort of heat, is a blast furnace hanging from the ceiling. Now, it's not lined up where it's blowing directly on them, but it's blowing along the side of them. And not to mention there's no humidity. The humidity is so low in this place. You could, if you walk across the turf, you can, like, you're constantly getting electric static zaps and stuff. So these floors, anyway, coincidentally, are splitting apart, like at the seams. I mean, they're like, fuck, $300,000 of the flooring. Fucked. I made a specific phone call to the one owner, Jeff, and I told him, Jeff, I'm like, you cannot leave this flooring in this bay. I'm like, I don't know if the answer is a climatized trailer, or you find a different spot in the building, or you rent another building, or you build another building, but you're never going to be able, because I mean, with the guitars, you have humidity is a thing. It's like I have a couple guitars, as you got from previous informatives, they're really high end and they're humidity sensitive. And if the humidity goes too high, they warp, and if they go too low, they split and crack. Well, these floors are all split and cracked. And inside the facility, the humidity is like 18 to 20%. It's so low. There's no humidity in there. And any humidity that gets in there, the field has these silicon turf pellets which absorb moisture. So it like brings the humidity level down even more. So I got news for them. The floors probably would have started splitting and cracking anyway, just even being left down. It would have taken longer because the temperature inside the club is more consistent. So it would have happened at a slower rate. But in the bay, Andrew goes out there and like somebody turns the furnace off, and he's like, and it's like an iceberg in there. Well, first of all, inside this bay, there's 3, it's an old Target. So there's 3 portals where, truck and trailers back up and unload, right? And those things, you might as well have a window open, three giant windows open. It's so drafty. There's outside air constantly blowing in there. So, what's the ambient air temperature today? 25 degrees, 30. Okay, and then you got a blast furnace, and now the flooring got taken out of the climate control building. It got put on a forklift, got driven outside in wintertime around the building, okay, and then stacked inside this bay. And then the furnace was turned down all the way, and then Andrew went in there and turned it up to 75, which for whatever reason, Andrew calls it 3/4. Yeah, I turned it up to 3/4. It was cold in there. I turned it up 3/4. I'm like, what do you mean 3/4? It's like, well, I'm like, you mean like 75? He's like, well, yeah. It's like, well, when you say 3/4, it sounds like, maybe you turned it up to like 150 degrees and you cooked to the flooring, which is impossible to do because it's so drafty and open in there. You cannot get that bay warm enough. I mean, it's just, you would have to run that thing for hours and hours and hours and hours, and there would have to be no wind outside. But still, he set it at 75, and it wouldn't have mattered if the heat was at 100 or if the heat was off. It's the humidity, the lack of humidity is what made those floors split apart. And the fucking owners, if they didn't know that, they have no business doing the business that they're in, because that's just it. The one owner is a real estate guy. The other owner is like a construction kind of guy. And none of them have any sort of sports facility management experience at all, and they're trying to apply their values from their previous endeavors to this place, and they're never going to fucking work out. It's never going to happen. Unless they have a real epiphany and just say, okay, fuck, we're wrong. All right, let's give the reins 100% to somebody else and literally walk the fuck away and don't come in except for like on payday. I mean, it's never going to happen. There's two different owners that are trying to drive the same ship, and they've got different methodologies. And I mean,
I feel like a British girl waking up in a ninja's body. Have I been Psylocked? Wow.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know there's volleyball Monday and Wednesday this week at Life Zone. Y'all should come on out and play. And I'll have another one of these soon. I'll try to get one here. Let's try to get one first week of February. I'll try to get some material. We'll make it funny, and then we'll go from there. I really don't have much else. Oh, Raina's back in school today after what? God, almost, March, 10 months. 10 months. Today is first day of school. How about that? We'll see if that I'm predicting that'll last 3 weeks till a kid gets COVID and the whole school's got to get quarantined. But we all had COVID, so she's good. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I gotta go to the post office. Everyone, take care.
I gotta go. Gotta take Sabretooth for a walk.
All right, you go walk Sabretooth.